Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. And today I want to share really one of my favorite sets from the 70s. And this particular set was a set that I guess you could call it an oddball set because it's the Kellogg's, the 1972 Kellogg set. And what I love about this set is just that it was so innovative at the time. And this is a time when Topps started to kind of expand their reach a little bit and did things a little bit different than they normally did and started inserting cards in boxes of cereal. And I remember back in the day going through my, making sure that my mom bought Kellogg's and then going through these Kellogg boxes and kind of reaching in there, opening up the box. And these cards were in like a little wax wrapper, and you could kind of see through it and see who the player was. So as soon as my mom got back from the store, I'd reach in there and grab the card, and she'd be, "Don't stick your hand in the cereal," but that's what we did when we were kids. I wanted to get that card out of there and see who I got. So at this point, I have the complete set. So I'm going to go ahead and just share the complete set of the 1972 Kellogg's cards. And the beauty of these cards, as you can see, it has a motion. They kind of move in the back, and it's a 3D effect. So it's really, really a beautiful card. They did some test issues again back in the late 60s, in the 68, which were different, a little bit bigger, where you see the famous Clemente card. But really in 1971 was the first year. So this would be the second year of the Kellogg's cards. And you could see on the back, it was great because they put all the information. They were, Exograph was the company that made these cards. And you could see it was 1968 was the trademark, which were kind of the first time that Exograph made these cards. But what I love about these cards is, again, they're officially authorized cards. They're Major League Baseball authorized, so it has the logos and everything. And in the back, it has just great information. It talks about Tom Seaver, in this case, card number 1 in the set, and his record all the way to through 1971. And it even says their hobbies and stuff like that. So this is the first card of the set, George Thomas Seaver. So George was his actual first name. But just love these cards when they first came out, and they're still very, very collectible today. They're tough to get without any cracks. So that's the tough part of these, because with the heat, they're almost like three-dimensional. With the heat, they do crack, and if you crack, they do crack, then they get a very low grade on it. But fortunately, all of mine are in great condition. So I'll start off with card number 1, which is the Tom Seaver. Card number 2 is Amos Otis. And again, these cards just beautiful, the way that they move, the background moves, and it has the facility autograph on there, with his name, the last name, and the position on there. And, just kind of, I'll go ahead and share the whole set with you guys. And some of them are graded, but the majority of them are not. Card number 3, Willie Davis, great Dodger. So these cards are really tough to get without any cracks. You can see mine are all in beautiful condition. And I've got some of them graded, so I'll show you the ones that I got graded. But like I said, the majority of them are not. Card number 4 is Wilbur Wood. Again, these cards are really tough to get them centered also. Some of these I probably should get graded. They could grade with pretty high grades. But I only graded some of the star players. Card number 5, Parsons. And this has the Brewers, with the new Brewers logo in there. You can see how they are in the back. Real tough with the grading too, because of the blue borders on the back. They tend to chip a lot. Card number 6 is the Pete Rose card. And just a beautiful card of Pete Rose. And you can see this graded a 7, like the Seaver. The majority of mine would probably grade anywhere between 7 or 6 and 8, I would say, pretty much. So that's card number 6, which is a Pete Rose, which should be in the Hall of Fame next year. Let's see what we got here. Card number 7 is Willie McCovey, and another incredible player. And you see him there with San Francisco. And that's Willie McCovey. Card number 8 is the Fergie Jenkins. And maybe missing a couple cards I don't have here, but anyway, we'll share what we got. I got the whole set. Probably have some graded. Maybe I didn't pull them all out. It's the Fergie Jenkins. Got the Joe Torre card here. Again, there's no Mickey Mantle in this set because he's retired already. Got Merv Retman. And just great cards. I just love the motion on that. And as a kid, you can imagine getting these cards after getting just plain regular cards and just seeing these. You know, just really, really high-end, nice quality cards. That's Bill Melton. You got Jim Palmer. A lot of Hall of Famers. All the big players of the day were in this. It's a 54-card set, so it included some of the top players for each team. Got Dave Roberts. And these are in really good shape, no cracks or anything like that. I've got Coleman. This is Joe Coleman. I may have some of these out of order and stuff. But anyway, we'll go through all these and just kind of share them with you. Joe Coleman. You got the great Pittsburgh catcher Manny Sanguillen. See what we got here. Card number 20 is the Reggie. Reggie got a nice grade of an 8. And these are not very expensive. You can get these relatively cheap, but they're just great cards. And so 72 would be his 3rd year card. You can see how cool those cards are. Kind of like a motion, magic motion. You see the blue border, how it moves there along with the background. See those white kind of dots, how they move when you move the card at an angle there. Got Ralph Garr. Don't know why they didn't put the logo on there. He may have been traded or something at that time. He's from the Braves. You got Jim Catfish Hunter. And just a nice set. I just love this set. You got Rick Wise. Glenn Beckert. Tony Oliva. Really is Pedro Oliva, as you can see in the back, but it is Tony Oliva. His real name was Pedro. You can see him there. So just, just gonna share this set with you guys. And you got the great Bob Gibson, one of the best players of the pitchers of the day. Incredible season in '68. You can go back and look at his stats over here and just see how good these guys were. In 1968, he was 22-9, 20-13, 23-7 in 1970. So by this time, he'd already won over 200 games. Another great pitcher, 20-game winner for the Orioles, Mike Cuellar. The Orioles one year had 4 pitchers that won 20 games. And you could see him there 3 years in a row winning over 20 games, 24-8. 1970, they went to the World Series at that time. Next one is Chris Spire, shortstop for the Giants. Another one of the pitchers for the Orioles was Dave McNally. Another great pitcher during the day. You got Leo Cardenas. And these were some of the top players from each team. With a 54-card set, they kind of picked, some of the better players. Bill Freehan. Bill Freehan, probably close to a Hall of Famer there. Another great player. Just like this guy here. Bud Harrelson. One of the best shortstops, especially defensive back in the day. Another great pitcher here, and also 20-game winner at one point was Sam McDowell. Now this one's pretty bad. You see how they have this. This one's one of my worst one of the whole set. That one got all beat up. Probably need to replace this one day, but sudden Sam McDowell. You can see he won 20 games, 1970. This one got all creased up. Probably in my boxes there. You got Claude Osteen. Some of these, they're very easily, if you bend them, they all get, cracked very easily. Another great player, Reggie Smith. Pitcher Siebert. You got Lee May here, card number 37. Mickey Lolish. One of my favorite players, Cuban player, Cookie Rojas. Him as an infielder there, but he played a few different positions in the infield. Dick Drago. Got Nate Colbert from the Padres for big time. He was a huge first baseman. Got Andy Messersmith. Couple great ones coming up soon here. Davey Johnson, another great player from the Orioles back then, went to the World Series during those days. Unfortunately, they were beat by the Pirates, like Steve Blass. Steve Blass was one of the best players, best pitchers back then. You can see there, won 18 games, 16, 10, 15. Here, card number 45 is Robertson. First baseman for the Pirates back in those days, Bob Robertson. How can you forget Billy Williams, Hall of Famer, Cubs legend. So, just great cards, beautiful artwork on these. Pictures you don't see in many of the players' cards. Very, very unique photos, and some of these pictures that, again, don't appear in some of their other cards. Great Juan Marichal. This guy was a beast, one of the top pitchers back in the day. You can see his record there. winning 25-8, 21-8, 22-13, 25-6, 26-9. He already had 221 wins back in the day with a 2.70 ERA. Just an incredible pitcher. If he was pitching today, boy, he'd be making a lot of money. One of the best and fastest players of the day was Lou Brock. And just a great batting pose on Lou Brock there. One of my favorite cards of the set has to be this one here, the Clemente, with his facsimile autograph on there. He's kind of looking at the pitcher, ready to go, swinging pose. Just a pose you don't see very often. This one graded as 7, mainly because the off-centering on this top to bottom. But beautiful sharp card, the Clemente card. And let's see, card number 50 here already. This is the Mel Stoudemire. So I put these in these soft sleeves. I kind of try to I put them in the penny sleeves first, let them kind of straighten out because they tend to curl up a lot. So I put them in penny sleeves, and then later when they kind of straighten out a little bit so they don't bend, and I put them in the card savers. This is Don Wilson. So we're getting into the end of the set here. Again, 54 cards here, and some awesome cards. Sal Bando. Another great player during the day. And the last 2 cards of the set are, again, big players, and that's Pops, Willie Stargell, huge hitter for the Pirates, and really one of the guys that helped win the World Series back in the day. Great hitter. And the last card of the set, number 54, is the greatest, probably the greatest athlete and the greatest all-around player probably in baseball at the time, and that was Willie Mays. And by then, it was kind of near the end of his career, 1972. So he was playing outfield, but he was also a first baseman. And you can see all his records back then. And, he had a 305 batting average. He already had 646 home runs by the time this card came out. So it's one of the latter days cards. It said, he'd been playing for 20 years. And it said he needed 68 homers to tie Babe, and he never got there, but this was right before his retirement. So the great Willie Mays. So this is the set of 1972 Kellogg's. Beautiful set, lots of big name stars in it. You can see the stack of them here that I've got. And really not an expensive set, but a beautiful set to collect. So I encourage you guys, if you love cards from the 70s, this is one of the sets that you can pick up really for relatively cheap. And you can pick up some huge names, big-time Hall of Famers. And like I said, one of my favorite sets from the 70s, and I wanted to kind of share that with you guys so you can get a good look at what the entire set looks like. So thanks for watching, guys. This is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. Have an awesome day, and I'll catch you on the next one.